Jalen Lauterbach will be introducing our guest speaker today.
You are here today because your high-image job interest inventory matched you with careers in the education and training career cluster, or because you expressed an interest. Careers in the education and training cluster include teachers, training specialists, social school workers, and many others. Please welcome Marty Jacobs, Employment Navigator with the Jackson County Board of Developmental Disabilities.
Yeah. Good morning, guys. Yeah, you can tell it's Monday morning. You guys sound like it. A bunch of you are probably like, yeah, I wish it was Friday morning. So I got some honest students here this morning. So what's up, guys? I'm Marty Jacobs. Some of you guys might know my wife, Kate Jacobs. You might have had her in class. Or not. I don't know. But I'm here today to talk to you about what I do. And what I do, I have a lot of fun. I know I'm all dressed up in a tie, but I'm not always dressed up in a tie. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about what I do. Is that cool? Okay. All right. So I'm an employment navigator, and my job is to help people find jobs and live the lives that they want. So I'm going to talk about that. So, what do you want to do when you grow up? This guy wants to be a potato. He's got really high standards for what he wants to do. So I'm going to ask you guys some questions. What do you guys want to do? And who's bold enough to raise their hand? What do you want to do?
I want to be the president of the United States.
That's amazing. And you might be lucky and end up being the first, depending on if any other women get the chance to be president. What about Buddy beside you?
I want to be an actress.
You want to be an actress, okay? Broadway or TV or movies? Doesn't matter. You just want to be in front of people. What about you, buddy? You want to be an equipment operator. That could mean so many things. Like what kind of equipment? Doesn't matter. Heavy equipment? Light equipment? Spacecraft equipment? What about you? Okay, say it one more time. Say it one more time, a little louder. Playwright. So you want to write plays. That's cool. What about you? Interior design. Someone's been watching some HGTV. That's awesome. All right, fellas. First hoodie. Underwater welder. My brother's a welder. He doesn't weld underwater. He works on nuke plants. That's awesome. What about you, man? Sewage cleaner. Sewage cleaner. Hey, man, you know what? If Mike Rose starts 30 jobs up again, he might come visit you. That's kind of a coolie job. So, anyone else? Anybody? That it? Okay. So, I got everything from someone wanting to be the president of the United States to someone that wants to clean up the remains of other people's bathroom activities. But my job is to work with kids and adults that want to find some type of work. And some of these people, they've never worked before in their lives. So what are some of the things I do? One of the things I ended up doing was I had a young lady that loved horses. And that's all she knew, and she loved working. So we worked on trying to find her a job that involved horses. So who in here has ever been to Rio Grande? I got a couple people. So they have a trail riding stable out there. Anyone ever rode the horses out there? I got a couple people. Well, I ended up getting to ride the horses out there. So I know I'm dressed in this fancy tie with this amazing double Windsor knot. Any of you guys know what a double Windsor is? No. Wait, plaid, you know? Dude, rock on. I appreciate that. You other fellas, you got to step up your game, get on YouTube, figure out what a double Windsor knot is. You can't go into this world without knowing how to tie a tie. And I mean, you're not going to have your dad / mom, brother, whoever around to tie your ties forever. So, I know I'm dressed up like this right now, but on those days, I was boots, jeans, t-shirt, and sometimes up to my ankles in cow patties. And my job was to work with this young lady to help her see if this was the type of work she wanted to do. Because in her case, she'd worked all kinds of different places, but she'd never worked with horses at a job. She'd actually owned a horse before, but hadn't worked for a stable. So we went out there And whatever the owner of the stable wanted us to do, we did. If it meant cleaning out the horse troughs where they gave them grain, if it meant cleaning up horse stalls and all the wonderful things that are in that, we did that. And some days, we just went out and helped her ride the horses on the trails, which was amazing. Except for, I'm going to tell you a little funny story. One time when we were out there, because I'm a little taller, a little bigger guy, she would always give me the really big horse, which I was fine with. And we were going on the trail, and there's horseflies everywhere. Any of you guys ever seen a horsefly? Okay, horseflies are crazy. They're something out of nightmares. I mean, why flies should not be that big and bite. So there's a horsefly driving my horse crazy. And next thing you know, this horsefly decided it wanted to bite my horse on the butt. And as a result, my horse started jumping up and down in the back. And I'm like, I'm not a trained professional at this. I rode a couple horses, so needless to say, I almost got bucked off of a horse. But I ended up okay. So it's one of the things I've done with this job. Another thing is I've got some people that I work with that don't want a lot of hours, but they want to go out and do something, and they want to make a little bit of money doing it. So I've got people that end up wanting to work with their hands. Maybe they like grocery stores for whatever reason, and so we work on getting them a job stocking in grocery stores, in Walmart, and all kinds of places. And I want to take this minute to talk a little bit about the people that I work with. See, I work for the Jackson County Board of Developmental Disabilities. So that means that all the people that I work with have been diagnosed with some type of developmental disability. It could be all sorts of things. Some of them you might meet and you might never know that they had a developmental disability. And then I've got some that are in mechanized wheelchairs, that maybe don't communicate the same way that you and I do. And so my job is to help them find work. Not just a job so they can have a job, but like Miss I Want to Be President of the United States of America over here said, my job is to help them find a job that they want. And sometimes that job is something like wanting to be the President of the United States of America. Now, does that mean they're going to be the President of the United States of America? Probably not. But let me ask you this. See, I'm calling you out now. You thought, oh, I'm bad. I want to be the President of the United States of America. So why do you want to be the President of the United States of America?
This is always been a dream. I just always thought I hate.
I'm going to make you talk into the mic.
I hate how our government is run, and I want to make an actual change in America.
Yeah, so let me say that I'm working with someone that said they want to be the President of the United States of America. And let's say they told me what she just told me, okay? So that person wanted to make change. So you know what I might do is I might start with looking at what kind of jobs they can get in like the local courthouse or places where political people are making decisions. So see, my job is to help, even though their goal might be like way over here. And I'm not saying you can't be the president. Don't get me wrong. But it's very unlikely. But I'm saying go for it if you want to go for it. Now, they might have goals to be astronauts, but I want to find out why. Why do you want to be an astronaut? Why do you want to go work in sewage? Whatever it might be. And then my goal is to get them to something that is similar to the reasons why they want to do that thing. Does that make sense to you guys? Maybe a little bit? All right. This is a caveman. This has nothing to do with my presentation. It was just one of the memes I found, and I wanted to put it in my presentation. Actually, no, it has a little bit. So, what are some of the things that I do? Networking. So easy a caveman can do it. So one of the things I do is network. Because whenever someone wants a job, you got to know someone that's got a job to give. So one of the things that I do is I get to know people. People like you all. People that own businesses, that work in businesses. So who in here likes to talk to people? And that's okay if you don't. There's nothing wrong with that. So one thing about my job is you can't be afraid to talk to people. I talk to people about all kinds of stuff. I talk to people about what they're wearing. If they got a Cavaliers hat on, go Cavs. I'll talk to them, whatever it might be. So as a result, one thing you have to be able to do is you have to be able to talk to people. You got to listen. And if you notice, I got the baby with the old school gangster headphones on, but then I've got this girl over here looking through her eyes. You can't just listen with your ears, you have to listen with your eyes also. And this is why. Like I've got a couple people I work with, they don't talk. They don't speak. They might make some noises, but they don't talk like you and I do. So how am I supposed to find out what this person wants to do for work if they can't talk? Now, they communicate, but they just don't do it with talking. Like, you ever been in class and you look over and your best buddy is in the other side of the room and you know you can't talk because you got your teacher up there talking, teaching right now. I'm not saying you should be doing this, but I'd say some of you all are guilty of this in this room right now. So you look over and your friend doesn't say nothing, but they say a bunch of stuff without saying anything. You guys know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you do. So I have a lot of people that I work with, they don't communicate like you and I. So you have to be able to sometimes, instead of listen, you have to see. And see, well, what are they trying to tell me? I had a guy that got a job here locally at a local pizza place. And he loved what he was doing at first, but after he'd been there a while, he was doing the same thing every day, day in and day out. And after a while, we started to notice that he stopped wanting to work, he would get distracted, he wanted to do all kinds of different things. Now, he was communicating with me. He was saying, listen guys, I don't want to do the same thing every day over and over and over. So you have to be able to listen both with your ears and with your eyes. Because some of the people that I work with, that all of them communicate. They just might not communicate like you and I. Just like all of you were talking about there's things that you want to do, maybe that are really big, like being the president or cleaning sewers, all of them have things that they want to do. You just have to be willing to be that ear or that eye that listens. Where do I lay my clicker down? I knew I'd do this. I talk with my hands all the time. You guys tell? So what should you work on in school? Finishing homework the day it's due. Has anyone ever been in that situation? Oh, getting some real honest people. Some of them are in it. Did it today. That's amazing. I did like the end of the year biology thing. I can't even remember exactly what it was, but it was like 20 pages worth of work, and I started it the night before. I was so stressed out, I was up till 2 a.m. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. So, but what are some things in school that you could work on? Well, getting better grades is always a good idea. So one thing is group work. So any opportunity you got the chance to do something in a group, do it. Because I work with all kinds of different people. I work for people that work for the state. I work for people that work for the county. I work for people that have their own businesses. I work for people that work in the business community here in Jackson. I work with people in Cincinnati, in Columbus, in Cleveland. I work with all kinds of people. And so you being able to work in a group with other people is going to help you out a ton. Computer skills. Who got computer skills? I ain't talking about Call of Duty. Oh, some of you put your hand back down. That's amazing. So you're going to have computer skills. I've walked up in jobs where someone had to do something on the computer, and I'm the one that had to teach them how to do it. And so if I didn't know how to really quickly figure out the system that I was working with, how the heck was I going to be able to teach them? Because see, one of the parts of my job is helping people learn how to do the job. So you have to be able to quickly figure out things when it comes to different computers, point of sale systems, so like the systems that Kroger uses whenever they ring you out at the cash register. That's a point of sale system. So you got to be able to figure that out real quick. Creative problem solving. Do any of you all have any idea what creative problem solving is? Math. Yeah, that is getting creative. So, but that's not completely wrong. Who else? Creative problem solving. What the heck is creative problem solving? Okay, go.
Where you solve problems, like really big problems, using creative ways to solve them.
So yes, I want another answer too.
When you get unpredictable situation and solve it.
That's really good. So what you guys said, all those are right. So like, I've ran into situations where if I told this person all the things that they had to do that day, they would forget it in 5-10 minutes because of their disability. Not because they weren't smart, but just as a result of the way their mind worked, that's not the best way for them to be communicated how to do something. So I had to figure out, how the heck am I going to get this person to do all these different things over an 8-hour shift? And so as a result, I had to get creative. I ended up creating lists that had pictures beside them. And I would go through and take pictures of all the different things they had to do and put those pictures out to the names of the things they were supposed to do. And as a result, because they had the picture, it was like, that makes sense. And they were able to do everything on the list. I've ran into situations where people didn't have transportation. And I had to figure out, well, what the heck, how am I going to get this person this job? And now they can't get to work. So you have to be able to do creative problem solving. So any opportunity you have in class to work on your ability to think outside the box, that's going to help you out a ton. And then extracurricular activities. So with the little bit that you guys know about my job right now, why do you think extracurricular activities would be helpful? I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about sports, I'm talking about drama club, I'm talking about band, anything where you're in a group of people doing something outside of regular school, but you're working as a group.
Eating like other extra skills whenever you help people. Like if you had me to learn how to like horseback, you can do that if you're like in the class.
Okay? And that you made a really good point there on the highlight. Boom, dropping bombs. Teaches you social skills. So you can convince people to be sewage cleaners. Misery likes company, right? So I'm going to go back to what you said. So you said, like, talking about when I had the girl that wanted to be a horseback rider. So you doing extracurricular activities, it teaches you how to build relationships, like real relationships. Like, you all had no idea that I'd rode horses out in Rio Grande until you came in here this morning, right? You didn't, heck, none of you probably even knew me. So, but because we ended up in a situation where, well, I'm talking, but you might end up in an extracurricular activity and start to learn things that other people are good at that maybe you're not good at. Or things that, maybe this person does this or this person's parent does that. So when you get out and you're actually working a job like mine, being able to get in a group of people and build relationships is how I connect people to jobs. Because I might meet someone that works at Rio Grande Stables, and I know that I have this girl that's interested in working with horses. Or I might go into, have any of you been a part of like the Rotary Senior, why am I saying that? You guys are too young. I'm kidding. That should make some of you feel really good, because I thought that you all were seniors by now. Now I'm looking around. Can any of you guys wear facial hair yet? No, I didn't think so. So, there's professional clubs here in Jackson called like Rotary and Chamber of Commerce and things like that. So I go to be a part of that, kind of like you guys would an extracurricular activity. And as a result, I'm in a group, a large group of people. And in that group, I get to learn what all these other people do and all these other people are good at. And like you said, you have to be good with social skills. So because I have that ability to socialize with anybody, you just ask my wife. I socialize with people at the grocery store. She hates it. It takes us 2 hours to do anything. But I can go to those groups and I can learn what people do. And so when I have someone that's looking for a job, then I can say, oh, I remember such and such from Rotary Club. They work at this place. Or they manage this store, or they know somebody that's connected with someone. And I'll tell you guys this, some of these skills here, like you might not be interested in my job at all, but having these skills are going to make you super valuable in the marketplace. What's the marketplace? It's where you go get a job. So like you might say that I'm not really interested in what Marty's doing, but having those skills, that's what's going to get you to be the President of the United States. That's what's going to get you the job cleaning sewers, and next thing you know, you're the guy that ends up sending guys into the sewers because you're the foreman, and you get to kick back and relax where everyone else cleans the sewers out. Right? So these skills can help you in anything. And see, it's not like a simple subject like it's math class or it's history or something like that. These are things that you can learn in just about every class that you're in. But you have to think a little outside the box. Skills you need. So I kind of already talked about these. Networking skills, creative problem solving skills, listening skills. Yeah, I got skills. What are you going to do about it? So, there's my info there. So, and I got that sweet cat because we're winding down. So, do any of you all have questions for me? I've asked you all a bunch of questions. Start with you. Hang on. I'm going to give you the mic so we can hear you. I know. Daggone it. Now everyone else is like, I don't want to ask a question.
How does social media affect your job?
So social media affects my job a lot. Because one, people post jobs all the time on social media. So me being connected to social media helps me find potential job leads for people that are interested in work. Next, who else had a question? Okay, I'm going to get you, and then I'm going to come back to you. Y'all just pass the mic. Don't be afraid. It's not on fire.
What classes should we be taking in school if we are interested in this career?
So I would say it's not as much about the classes you're taking, it's what you're getting out of the classes. So, like, it's really easy when you're in high school to think, I just have to take this class because I have to take this class. But going back to what I was saying before, what are you really getting out of that class? Like, are you getting out not just the skills of whether it's math class, whether it's biology, like you're learning that material, but when there's group activity, are you like, yeah, I want to be a part of it? And not just the person, like the awkward person that gets in the group and that never talks and just takes credit for everyone's work. Anyone know what I'm talking about there? But like you're contributing to the group. So, okay, you had a question.
Are there steps at your job for promotion?
Sort of. So, like, I only work in Jackson County, but because of some of the things we got started in Jackson County, other counties have taken notice. So I'm actually going now to some other counties to help them out with people that do the same thing as me. So if you do a good job, it's not just about the pay, but your work gets noticed. Because I'm working with people. Like, I'm working to give people a chance to have a better life, to do things that they really dreamed of doing, but no one gave them the opportunity. So that alone is amazing. But then, to do a good enough job to where people want your help in other places, that's awesome. I mean, come on, let's be real. If you're in class, yeah, this is kind of nerdy, but you are really good at what you do, and you get done. You're the first group that gets done. And so the other group, and I don't know if you're allowed to do this, but the other group asks for your help. And you're like, yeah, you're right, you want my help. Because I'm a bad Mama John. So, all right, who else had a question? MTV. Do you even watch MTV? Okay, I'm just making sure you're not, just have an MTV shirt on.
What advice do you have for us?
Oh, that's a deep question. So, on a very serious note, the only thing, all of you guys in here come from different backgrounds. Some of you all might have families that are really well off. Some of you all might live in homes where you guys don't have a lot of money. Maybe your parents own local businesses. Maybe your parents don't have jobs right now. But the only thing that's keeping you back from doing what you want is you. The system isn't going to hold you back. School isn't going to hold you back. Your parents aren't going to hold you back. If you're willing to say, this is what I want to do, I want to be successful, and no one's going to stop me, you're the one that can do it. But you have to not just talk about it, you have to be about it. Because a lot of people talk. A lot of people talk. But it's the ones that actually do the work that are the ones that succeed at their goals. Boom. Next one. What's up, Under Armour?
What is the best part of your job?
Everything. So, one, if you guys can tell, I'm an extreme people person. I love being around people. My whole job is to talk to people all the time. And I get bored doing the same thing over and over again. So, like, what I'm doing today is going to be completely different than what I'm doing tomorrow. So I could be a Rio Graham helping ride horses and cleaning horse poo-poo one day, and then the next day I might be up at a conference helping speak in front of a bunch of people like yourselves. So, and I really like seeing people that didn't think they'd ever work, get a job, and be successful at it. That's awesome. All right, who else got a question? Both you guys got a question. All right, sewer guys had a lot of chance. I'm going to start with Liddy.
What's the least favorite part of your job?
Paperwork. That's an easy one.
Can you help me become a sewage cleaner?
Heck yeah, I can. You better be careful what you commit to there, bud, because I'll have you cleaning up the sewers real quick. I might even get your name and pass it on to just the right people. Oh, I changed your mind now. Okay. Don't put it out there. All right.
That's fine. He lives on West Street.
That doesn't help me none. Anyone else got a question? Here, hand it back, or however you want to do that.
Does attendance matter?
Does attendance? You don't know? Oh, I see. Yes, I have to show up to work. Oh, or school attendance. So, whenever someone hires you for a job, they want to know that you're going to show up. So, having good attendance, whether it's in school or if you get a job later that's kind of your job you got right now until you get the job you really want, yeah, that matters. Because when I call someone, if we were hiring someone and you put down that you went to Jackson High School and I called and found out that you missed so much school that you had one more day left before you failed, it's probably not going to be a good chance that you'll show up to work either. So, and showing up to work helps when you want to keep a job. So, who else got a question? Okay. I'm just going to pass it back.
What type of degree do you need in high school?
So what type of degree do you need? So normally you need at least an associate's degree. And here's the thing, it actually isn't as important in what your degree's in. So, some of you might be super outgoing and decide you want to go to school for business, but then you end up in this field, and going into business helps you to better relate with business owners. So, or you might go to school for social work, because we have a lot of people that are social workers that work with the guys and gals that I work with. So it's not as much what degree is best to get, it's more what degree do you want to go after because of what it gives you. So if you think, I want to go into social work, but I like what Marty does, you could get a social work degree and do my job. It's not about what degree you have, it's about having some type of degree. All right, anyone else? I got 7 minutes. He gave you a question, didn't he? He set you up. No.
What is your salary?
What's my salary? That's none of your business. My salary is not super high. It's only just shy of $30,000 a year. So $30,000. So that tells you one thing, is I love this job enough that I've kept it even though I don't make a ton of money doing it. But I do a lot of things, fellas and ladies. So I also manage a gym, but that's a whole nother presentation. So who else has a question? Anybody? Oh my gosh. I'm coming to Plaid because he knows what a double Windsor is.
Have you ever had a bad workplace injury?
A bad workplace injury? I haven't had a workplace injury, but I have had a person smack the rear end of the boss of that business I was at. And that was super awkward. So, and here's the thing. That person grew up and didn't learn social skills. Like, for you guys, it's like really funny, but like, they didn't know that they can't communicate with everybody like that. So that meant, like, I needed to take time with this person and make sure that they had the opportunity to learn proper social skills. So, who else had a question? Look at you over there. You better make sure it's a good one, or I'm going to get you a referral to the local sewage water waste treatment plant.
What kind of opportunities can this job bring?
So, I'm going to ask you what you mean, but I'm not sure you know what you mean. So, opportunities for myself? Yes. So, one, I have a lot of freedom. I mean, I'm in here today. I'm going to be going to someone else's house here in Jackson. Then I'm going to be going to Wellston. Later, at the end of the week, I'm going to be going to Dayton. So I get to run around a little bit. I like having a little bit of freedom. I like not having to go to the same place every single day and do the same thing every single day. So that would be one of the big things I like about this job, because I get bored otherwise. All right, 5 minutes. Please state your full name for the record.
No. Do you know anybody that has past experience in sewage cleaning?
Do you really want to know the answer to that question? Because I do. I won't get your name from your teacher. I'm going to hook you up. Oh, it's too late. Anybody else? Well, guys, listen. It's been great being out here. I've really enjoyed this. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Because this is the type of job not a lot of people know about. So, but I love it. I have a blast. And it's super rewarding being able to help people do things that they never thought they'd be able to do. So, yeah, that's it. And I had 4 minutes to spare.